وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا، وكيف حالك شيخنا؟
حياكم الله يا مرحبا.
الله يبارك فيك.
الله يحفظك.
طيب مستعد إن شاء الله؟
يلا بسم الله.
يلا تفضل إن شاء الله.
أبدأ.
تفضل الله.
الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن استنى بسنته واهتدى بهديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، حياكم الله dear brothers and sisters، حياكم الله يا الإخوة والأخوات إلى هذا اللقاء المتجدد من لقاءات نداءات القرآن. Dear brothers and sisters, you are welcome to this new session of the sessions titled by the calls of the Quran. ولازلنا مع نداءات الله عز وجل لآدم عليه السلام. And we are still with the calls of Allah the Almighty to Adam عليه السلام. وكنا قد ذكرنا بأن الله عز وجل نادى آدم في القرآن بهذا الاسم، بهذا النداء، يا آدم 5 مرات في 5 مواضع، موضعين في البقرة وموضع في الأعراف وموضعين في طه. وقد تقدم الكلام على الموضعين اللذين في البقرة، ومعنا اليوم الموضع الثالث الذي هو في سورة الأعراف وهو في الآية 19 من سورة الأعراف. So as we said that Allah Ta'ala called Adam with this title, O Adam, in 5 places in the Quran, 5 times. 2 in Surah Al-Baqarah, which we already spoke about in the last 2 sessions. And 1 in Surah Al-A'raf, Ayah 19, which is our topic today. And 2 in Surah Taha, in Ayah 117 and Ayah 120. قال في هذه الآية، وهي كلها أو يعني في هذه إلى هذا المقام الله عز وجل ينادي آدم بخصوص ما ينتظره من ابتلاء واختبار ويهيئه لذلك. And in these 3 times where Allah Ta'ala called Adam in the 2 places in Surah Al-Baqarah and this one in Surah Al-A'raf, it's all related to the warning of Allah to Adam from يعني the shaitan. قال تعالى, Allah Ta'ala said, وَيَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْجَنَّةَ فَكُلَا مِنْ حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةَ فَتَكُونَا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ فَوَسْوَسَ لَهُمَا الشَّيْطَانُ ليبدي لهما ما وري عنهما من سوآتهما وقال ما نهاكما ربكما عن هذه الشجرة إلا أن تكونا ملكين أو تكونا من الخالدين وقاسمهما إني لكما لمن الناصحين فدلاهما بغرور فلما ذاقا الشجرة بدت لهما سوآتهما وطفقا يخصفان عليهما من ورق الجنة وناداهما ربهما ألم أنهكما عن تلكما الشجرة وأقل لكما إن الشيطان لكما عدو مبين. Allah Ta'ala said, and O Adam, dwell you and your wife in paradise and eat from wherever you will, but do not approach this tree, lest you be among the wrongdoers. But Satan whispered to them to make apparent to them that which was concealed from them of their private parts. He said, your Lord did not, he meaning Shaitan, the Satan said to Adam and Eve, your Lord did not forbid you this tree except that you become angels or become of the immortal. And he swore by Allah to them, indeed I'm to you from among the sincere advisors. So he made them fall. Through deception of the shaitan. And when they, meaning Adam and Eve, tasted of the tree, their private parts become apparent to them, and they began to fasten together over themselves from the leaves of paradise. And their Lord called to them, did I not forbid you from that tree and tell you that Satan is to you a clear enemy, a clear enemy. إذن الله عز وجل قص لنا قصة آدم مع الشيطان بسياق آخر. So Allah Ta'ala informed us of the story of Adam and the Satan in a different way. وهنا بين أن الشيطان يعني عمل عملا لم يذكر في الآيات السابقة، ذكر هنا. هذا العمل جعل آدم وحواء تطمئن قلوبهما أن هذا الناصح وهذا الذي أرشدهما إلى هذه الشجرة إنما هو ناصح، وهذا العمل الذي اطمأن بسببه إلى قول هذا الناصح هو أنه أقسم لهما بالله. So Iblis did something, as Allah Ta'ala mentioned in this place, which he didn't mention before, did something very important to know about, and that is that he swore to them by Allah. Allah. Adam and Eve never thought that any creation will swear by Allah falsely. No? That's why they believed him. Believed him. And he deceived them. The conclusion of this ayat, of this call, is at the end of this portion. والفائدة التي نأخذها من هذا السرد هو في آخر المقطع. قال الله عز وجل: وأقل لكما إن الشيطان لكما عدو مبين. And I informed you that the shaitan is only a clear enemy to you. فعلينا إذن أن نتخذ الشيطان عدوا. كل أمر تجده في نفسك وتجد أنه لا يقربك من الله فاعلم أنه من الشيطان. ولو لم يكن يعني معصية صريحة. مثلا يعني everything that you find within yourself which is not from what Allah Ta'ala, the Almighty, likes, then you have to know that it is only from the shaitan. It's even if it is not a clear and direct misguidance or a sin. Example for that, مثلا أردت أن تتصدق. So for example, you intended to contribute صدقة، فجاءك الشيطان أو جاءك أمر رأيت أن في نفسك أن هذا المال قد ينفعك فيه. But then you felt something, you had something that maybe this money can benefit you in this thing or in that thing. فاعلم أن هذا من الشيطان. You have to know that this is from the shaitan. لماذا؟ لأنه أراد أن يحرمك من زيادة الإيمان، لأن كل طاعة تعملها تكون سببا في زيادة الإيمان. And that the shaitan wants to prevent you from increasing or stop you from increasing your iman, because every single deed of worship you perform, you do, it increases your iman. لذلك علينا أن نحذر من عدونا الشيطان. That's why we have to be careful and watch out our enemy the شيطان. والله أعلم وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.
بارك الله فيك شيخنا وجزاك الله خيرا. Sheikh, this question says, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Question, can I pay my zakah a week before it is due? My zakah is due in Ramadan. However, with the virus circulating, the money may reach the individuals late, and they are in desperate need of the money also. Barakallah fi.
The ibadat, all the ibadat are due to times determined by Allah. As in regard to the zakah, Allah Ta'ala said, "Atu haqqahu yawma hasadih," and give the zakah of it in the day it's due to. لكن بعض أهل العلم, but some of the scholars say that paying the zakah in advance, especially when there is a need from the poor people's side, this will be something good. This will be something good, and that's why we say, yeah, you can give out the zakah before it's due. That is, but that does not include zakat al-fitr. But that does not include zakat al-fitr, except for 1 or 2 days of Ramadan. Although zakat al-fitr is supposed to be given in the morning of the day of Eid. But the Sahaba like Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu permitted to give zakat al-fitr 1 or 2 days before Eid. So from there, the ulama said that if zakat al-fitr related to Salatul Fajr and Salatul Eid of the Eid day, then this zakah of wealth, zakah of gold, zakah of money, zakah of whatever, yes, can be given pre to its time, just for the purpose of making it reach the poor people in their need. نعم والله أعلم.
جزاك الله خيرا شيخنا. This question is asking, delaying children for seeking knowledge, learning Arabic, is this permissible? I think their question is asking, is this permissible? Delaying children for seeking knowledge, like learning Arabic.
Delaying until when? If it is delaying until they understand, they like that, no problem. But delaying them too long, that would not help, because as they say in Arabic, al-ilmu fi al-sighar kan-naqsh al-hajar. Seeking knowledge in early ages is like grooving on rock. It doesn't erase. So it is better to start in a very early age, especially when you begin with making them say and recite some ayat or adkar, and gradually, and then take them to seek knowledge by learning Arabic language, learning little bit by little bit of the knowledge, and that would help them. That would help them, because when they grow up, they get more busy with many things, and then it becomes difficult for them to learn. But when they are in early age, that is the best. Wallahu a'lam.
Ahsan Allahu ilayk. Here's a question from a sister on YouTube. Assalamu alaikum. Is it haram for someone to be working in a place such as a superstore, warehouse, and their role involves putting out alcohol?
This is a real, it's a real, complicated, because we cannot say to people who are living in a non-Muslim land, you cannot work in such a place. But we say do not be the one who yani, handle it or work with it, or stay away from it. You can work as other sections of the store, but not directly with the khamr, and but you choose a different side. Okay, not only khamr, but anything which is haram. For example, selling cigarettes is haram. Selling songs and movies is haram. Selling whatever is used for the kuffar celebrations, or annual celebrations like their Eid, that is haram. Try to avoid. Stay in something which is halal, common for all people, like selling whatever which is not haram. If you understand, you Allah.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykhana, wa barakallahu fiqh. Question asked from Zoom. Ya Shaykh, what is the ruling on a person taking videos on his phone?
Wallahi, there is big there is a big warning from the ulama of taking photos and videos for unnecessary things. Although I go with the opinion that says that this is only capturing the shadow of the object. It's not the surah, which is the drawing or the hand drawing. But it is better to avoid it. Better to avoid it. Wallahu a'lam.
Ahsan Allah ilayk, Shaykhana. Another question here on YouTube asks, is it true sleeping 4 hours a night is the way of the ulama and the salaf? I got told of for doing this because it's unhealthy.
Sleeping?
The question says, is it true that sleeping 4 hours a night is the way of the ulama and the salaf? I got told off for doing this because it's unhealthy.
Well, medically, they say that the longer you sleep in the night, the better for your health. But we all are aware that we are not here only to live for dunya. We are here to work for the hereafter. And as you know, that some works, when you are in debt and you have to pay the loans, otherwise you're gonna be locked up in prison. What are you gonna do? You're gonna work long hours, longer than normal. You may work overtime 12 hours a day, which is very hard, and it may even deteriorate your body. But you have no any other choices, but in this regard, it's not only the scholars. Allah Ta'ala said to the Prophet Sallallahu Ya ayyuhal muzammil, qum al-layla illa qalila. Allah Ta'ala said, oh, you who is covering, stand up for night prayer all night, but for some time to rest. And here Allah Ta'ala, when He praised the believers, He said, كانوا قليلا من الليل ما يهجعون. كانوا قليلا من الليل ما يهجعون. They were only for little times resting in the night. So what were they doing in the night? Praying night prayer. Yes, of course, if you stay awake just for not being involved in ibadah, whether praying or seeking knowledge or reviewing, if you are a scholar, because many scholars used to only review the knowledge in the night when everyone is sleeping, so it become quiet, no disturbance. So if it is not for the sake of Allah, and I remember I wrote a poem refuting someone who wrote a poem, and it was published in a magazine. In them old back days, that poem says ما قيمة الليل لو لم يكن سهر, يعني something like that. He said, what is the value of the night if there is no sahar, meaning staying awake and dancing and playing, and I refuted that, but I just remember the first يعني line. I said ما قيمة الليل لو لم يكن سهر في طاعة من عنده الذنب يغتفر. Said, what is the value of the night if it is not spent in يعني awakening or awakeness, يعني to serve the one who forgive the sins, to serve the one who forgive the sins. So يعني the night is not يعني necessarily only for rest. So Allah Ta'ala, even the whole dunya, we are not here only for dunya or take 75% of your time for dunya and 25% for akhirah. La. Allah Ta'ala said to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it is said to other than the Prophet, but it is for us all. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيا, and do not forget your portion of the dunya. Nasibak, small. It's not to take the whole time for building your body, yani sleeping all night, and then you go to the gym, and there's that, do that. Yani when you worship Allah, you are only created for worship. I don't say stop dunya, but yani it's not correct yani to say at least in the weekends or when you have no work, something like that, or your work is not yani in the morning, maybe you work in the afternoon, then you use the ayah where Allah Ta'ala said in Surah Al-Muzammil to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Inna laka fin nahari sabhan tawila. Indeed, you got in the daytime a long time to rest. Although Rasulullah he did not used to rest during the daytime. He used to just have the qaylula nap, which is in the after dhuhr time, and some ulama say just before dhuhr. It's only small time, like 20 minutes, half an hour, like that maximum, and it helps in staying and standing in the night prayers. But anyway, the doctors, the medicine doctors, they say to sleep 8 hours a day, and most of it must be in the night, like 6 hours, 7 hours must be in the night. But when you think of it, if you are going to sleep all these hours, 8 hours in the night, then when you can pray night prayer? When can you pray night prayer? That's especially like, for example, in the summertime, the night is very short and the day is long. So when you're gonna sleep, when you're gonna pray night prayers, now do your best according to your situation. We cannot just give, but generally, the night is for the believers, for those who love Allah, those who want, even see the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said that when it is the last third part of the night, Allah Ta'ala descends to the first heavens of layer, in a way fits him subhanahu wa ta'ala without having his throne empty of him. And he says, he calls, is there anyone who is invoking, so I accept? Is there anyone who's seeking for forgiveness, so I forgive? Is there anyone who repents, so I accept his repentance? So that is in the night. If you're going to sleep that time, then you're going to lose a lot. Naam, Allah musta'an. Wallahu a'lam.
Ahsan Allah ilaykum Shaykhana wa barakallahu feek. Question here on Zoom asks, Assalamu alaikum Shaykh, may Allah bless you. If a person curses Allah out of anger and ignorance, does he leave the fold of Islam?
Allah musta'an. طيب يا أخي, I really get surprised of these people. I get very sad of these people. But what usually you curse something or someone that you hate, you don't like. So what makes you forget about anger, forget about not knowing the ruling? Naturally, You don't curse one who you love, you like. You curse something you don't like. And subhanallah, why do you curse the one who is the only one who gives you everything? Why? And at the same time, he is the only one that you cannot hide from him. Yani, what do you say, he knows. What you do, he knows. What you hide, he knows. And he is powerful. He can just and all what it needs from him subhanahu wa ta'ala is to say be, and that's it. I'm wondering, and at the end they say I was angry, and like, okay, you were angry and you cursed yourself, you cursed your brother, you cursed. It's not acceptable, but I can't say it's out of anger, because still you may but you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who can give you whatever, who can take from you whatever, who can punish you, who can hear you, who can know everything. So how come you say it? How come you say it? Anyway, whether you said it in anger or in ignorant of the ruling or not, you still need to repent to Allah and seek for forgiveness. And of course, you need to take the Shahada again between yourself and Allah. You don't need, unless if you cursed Allah publicly, then you need to go there and publicly you take the Shahada again. No, Wallahu a'lam.
Ahsanahu ilayka, Shaykhana. A question here on YouTube asked, Barakallahu feek, Shaykh. Shaykh, how can a person remove envy from their heart? How can they learn to be pleased with the qadr of Allah and accept and be happy with what Allah has bestowed upon others?
Well, if you read the Quran and understand it, you will come to be pleased with your qadr, and you will never ever have envy to others. But you need to learn the Quran, read it, understand it, live with it, Second is when you read the hadith, the hadith like that which the Prophet ﷺ said, "Man radiya falahu al-rida, wa man sakhita falahu al-sukht." He whoever is pleased with the qadr of Allah, then he will be given the pleasure. And he whoever is displeased, then he would only gain the anger of Allah. So when you come to learn about the names of Allah and attributes of Allah, and you come to know that Allah is al-Hakim, the all-wise, that He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-Qist, that He, Allah ta'ala, is the all just, then you know that whatever come to you of harmful things, and also you need to when you read the Quran, you need to understand the ayat where Allah Ta'ala mentioned these things. Like, for example, ما أصابكم من مصيبة ما أصاب من مصيبة فبما كسبت أيديكم ويعفو عن كثير. Whatever calamity falls on you, then it is only due to what your hands had earned, meaning what you have done of the sins, and Allah forgives a lot. And also, you hear, for example, when you come to know that the Prophet ﷺ was not rich, was poor. Now, although Allah Ta'ala said to him, as in Surah Al-Furqan, تبارك الذي لو شاء لجعل لك خيرا من ذلك ويجعل لك قصورا. Glory be He, the one who, if He wills, He would have given you more better than what they have in their hands, and He will give you palaces, meaning on earth. But He, Allah Ta'ala, told the Prophet ﷺ that this dunya is not for us. So why we envy? If I know it is not for me, why would I have envy with those who are having it? And I have to know that envy does not bring me anything that I see with the people. It cannot bring it to me. Cannot bring it to me. So why would I? And it only make me earn the anger of Allah. So why would I have it? Anyway, the remedy of it is, as the Prophet ﷺ said, لا تنظروا إلى من فوقكم وانظروا إلى من دونكم ذلك أجدر أن لا تزدروا نعمة الله. Don't look to those who are above you, meaning in provision, okay, which the envy is about. Do not look to those who are higher than you in provision, but look to those ones who are lower than you in provision. That would make you not to look to what is in your hand as little. And by that, you will not make any envy, because you don't make envy to the poor people. You don't. You always make envy to the ones who have something that you don't have it. Okay? But when you do this kind of thing, this remedy that Rasulullah taught us, you will be inshallah safe. Wallahu a'lam.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykhana, wa barakallahu fiik. Questioner here is asking, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May Allah bless you. What does a person do if they haven't paid the zakat in the past, but now aren't able to calculate how much wealth they had, but they know it was over the nisab?
You have to estimate. You have to estimate. Do your best to estimate. And don't tell me that, oh, I can't estimate. No, you can. You can. You can. Because at least estimate to the minimum. Don't say I can't. You can. You can. For example, you can calculate, not calculate exactly, but at least estimation. I'm sure that I never had last year less than 10,000. Year before, I think I had 7. Okay, now this 17, and like that. Just, it's not necessarily to be very exact. Just guess it, and then give out the zakah and put on top something. If for example, the total of it was, the total of what you estimated was 21,000 pounds that you didn't pay zakah for, or 20,000 pounds, okay, and 20,000 you need to give 400, okay, or 500. Now put something on top, put whatever, put even 1 or 2 pounds or whatever, more or less, to just feel comfortable and convenient that you have done it. Wallahu a'lam.
Barakallahu fiik, Shaykhana. Questioner says from Zoom, may Allah preserve you. What would you, شيخ إذا كنت تريد نتوقف إن شاء الله فأخبرني إن شاء الله.
ناخذ هذا.
الله ينشأ. الأخير.
طيب.
ناخذ الأخير.
أي نعم لأنه أن يأتي الصلاة.
نعم خلاص. So this is the last question, inshallah. We end with this. The question that says, may Allah preserve you, what would you recommend in Ramadan? To spend the majority of our time reciting Quran, or spend part of our time reading with tafsir? Or how should we delegate our time? Barakallahu fi.
Ameen. Ramadan is for Quran. Ramadan is not for tafsir. Ramadan is not for hadith. Ramadan is not for studying fiqh. Ramadan, now, if you want to learn tafsir, if you want to learn the fiqh from now, and inshallah in a few minutes, I'm going to release 2 tweets, one in Arabic, one in English, how to prepare for Ramadan this year, because it's a special year. And this Ramadan, we are not going to go to the masajid for Taraweeh. We are not going to go for Quran circles in the masajid. We are not going to contribute iftar in the masajid. So inshallah, I'm going to, I have done it today, inshallah, before the Maghrib. So I'm going to release it in a short while, and I'm going to send it to all, and even to you, Abu Aisha, you can send it to all in your contact list. But Ramadan is for Quran. Ramadan is for Quran. Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i, all they use, when Ramadan comes, they used to close the books of hadith and books of fiqh and only open the Quran, to the limit that Imam Shafi'i used to recite the whole Quran twice a day in Ramadan. Twice a day, you know, because he doesn't speak to anybody, he doesn't do anything, very little sleeping and just reciting the Quran. That's how the Salaf used to do, because the Ramadan is the month of Quran. That's where is the Siyam mentioned in the Quran along with the Quran? Allah Ta'ala said, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه. فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصمه. So Ramadan is the month of Quran. And Jibreel alayhi salam, who is the angel that Allah Ta'ala sent down the Quran with to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, him and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the best of the angels, the best of human, used to sit every night in Ramadan and recite the Quran together. And together meaning one after the other. But they used to sit and read the Quran. So focus on the Quran. That's better than any other thing. Wallahu a'lam. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أحسن الله إليك وجزاك الله خير. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.